Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Montrose Community Schools, specifically the auditorium. And for all of you that are out there on MDM-TV watching this live broadcast, for today's signing, we ask that you please silence your phones during this time to honor today's proceedings. Thank you. I would be remiss if I didn't say that this was a day that Levi, his family, has been waiting for. And it is not something that we take lightly when it comes to the fact that we have a student athlete that is going to be signing at a Power 5 school in the SEC Conference from little old Montrose. This is a day that comes with us remembering the person that started the process of doing signings in Mr. Tom Skinner. Tom loved these days. He relished the opportunity to celebrate with kids through broadcasting of these signings because it meant no longer everything that you've done in high school, but yet what are the steps that lead us into college? And so he is in memory of Tom Skinner, our sports broadcaster, our sports historian. It started with him, and we want to thank him for that. My name is Shane Mischler. I'm the athletic director and assistant principal of Hill-McCloy High School. It is with great honor that we're here today to witness Levi sign his letter of intent. We want to also acknowledge our guests today, our superintendent, Dr. Bo Moore, our high school football coach, Dennis Reinhart, extended family, grandparents, his siblings, and then those friends that are not with us today, but yet are watching it online. His parents were with us last week as we went to the Kiwanis Luncheon, where he was honored as the Athlete of the Month in Genesee County. He'll be voted on as Athlete of the Year later this year. What an honor it was to share lunch with them, to share stories from the community members in Flint, but yet for him to be on display for the rest of the county to see. The next part of our program today is we're going to have Dr. Bo Moore come up and lend his historical perspective, but also his unique relationship with Levi over the years. Dr. Moore.
Thank you, and good afternoon. First of all, I want to congratulate Levi on an incredible accomplishment here. And what I mean by accomplishment is all of the things that no exaggeration and nothing probably that I need to remind him of, but all of the things, and I was reminded of this my very first year when I stepped on the campus at Fair State, and it took them all of about 4 minutes to remind me that nobody gives a crap what you did in high school here at, and for your case, it'll be down in Nashville, although me slathered elbow deep in barbecue. But I want to take you back for just a moment to how this all came, and it didn't just happen Levi's senior year. Okay, and all of you are probably well aware of the amount of effort and time and commitment that it takes to accomplish these things. And it's not something that you do on a whim. It goes from something that you've decided that you're going to do to a lifestyle all at once. I personally have had plenty of opportunity to see Levi in the weight room working out at the ungodly hour that I get in there and thought I was the only one either crazy or stupid enough to be up and doing it at that time. And it's just one piece of the puzzle, and it's how you end up at a school, at a university as impressive as Vanderbilt. Now, this comes through not just your accomplishments on the field and not just what was done in the weight room, but also what was done in the classroom. Okay? These are all a relationship that has to happen for any of these things to become a reality. Levi didn't just start studying for the SAT one day his junior year, and it didn't start when he was a sophomore. It started well before then. Okay, and if you're a freshman in here right now, we are, 2-3 weeks away from the semester ending. You're a freshman, you're taking probably the easiest classes that you're going to take to be NCAA eligible, okay? And then the weighted scale of all of these classes that it takes if you want to play college wrestling, softball, college volleyball, college baseball, whatever it is that you want to do, these freshman classes, when it comes time to whether or not you're going to be able to be NCAA eligible, are worth the same as they are when you're taking those advanced senior classes. So right now is your chance to put money in the bank, okay? Get that GPA up now. And that's what he did, okay? And then what happens is you continue to build upon that, and you continue to grow that so that someday you can be sitting up here, all right? I think this is so cool what we do here. All right, and the broadcasting of this event, the broadcasting of this event was something brought on by Mr. Skinner and Mr. Kitts, and a vision to really promote Montrose athletics. But the road that was paved for Levi to be sitting here came from years and years and 25 years ago or so, when I was sitting, well, I wasn't sitting right here, because right here 25 years ago it was like a dirt area that we played kickball because this didn't exist. But I was down in the media center, and I remember sitting and watching guys sign. And at that time it was a newspaper. Now, newspapers are things that people used to hold to get their news from. And so they'd open them up like this. Every now and then you still might see Coach Reinhart with one in his hands, looking longingly back in the days when they used to have those. But there used to be a newspaper here, and they'd take your picture. And sometimes, if it was a big enough deal, you'd even get a TV camera out here or two. But those things were really big and on their shoulders, even if it was just a home one, okay? And I remember sitting in that very one and signing my letter of intent. And I remember the butterflies in my stomach, the same ones that Levi probably has right now, slay the dragon. That right there, that feeling in your stomach's a dragon, you got to slay the dragon. Levi, because you'll forget how to spell it too when you go to sign it. And I remember that. He is continuing that tradition and continuing that legacy. And we're so incredibly proud of what you've accomplished and what he does. And here's another thing that I don't even have to tell him about, because I know when he's in the weight room and we're staring at some of the names of the past and staring at some of the things of the past, you know where all that came from. And what he's doing when he's sitting up here is the same thing that people prior to me were doing when they were sitting up there, is they're showing me that it's real. Right now you can see that this is real, and this is something that you can do, okay? You're in control. All that kind of stuff. I can't teach that comes. But you can be a good student. You can make yourself into the fastest person you can possibly be, the strongest person you possibly be, and you can put yourself in whatever situation you can to be successful. And there are people that have, prior to Levi, that have went to the University of Wisconsin or Saginaw Valley or Central Michigan or Elma or Albion. In all of these schools before, there are possibilities out there, and they are possible for you, but you have to put in the effort. In the classroom, in the weight room, and on the field. Levi, I remember him being this giant twiggy, Gumby-esque, not really Gumby-esque, I was more Gumby-esque, but very long. Consume all that is all the barbecue of Tennessee and all that. But congratulations so much. And remember, this is possible for you too. Okay? This is possible for you too. I can't wait to have a whole row of tables and kids signing stuff up here, and you can do it. Congratulations. Thank you. At this time, I would like to invite up to the stage, I think he's new here. Is it Reinhart? Is that how you say it? Yes, yes, Mr. Coach Dennis Reinhart.
Again, I'd like to thank you all for being here. I don't want to repeat what Dr. Moore said, but I will have a couple other things, and that's obviously why we wanted to make sure the 8th graders were down here. Okay, because obviously someday, hopefully some of you are up here, and at this point of your life, you guys are squirrels. And where Dr. Moore was talking about, where Levi's going, obviously Vanderbilt is a Division I school, and I just want to break it down real fast for some of these underclassmen, especially the 8th graders, so you kind of understand. Okay, Division I, in football and basketball, full ride scholarship, there are no partials, it's all or nothing. And then other than there, that's it. Anything else Division I, if it's wrestling or if it's baseball, softball, track, and anything it is, it's basically like an NFL salary cap. You got I don't exactly know the numbers, but I think Vanderbilt University is close to $80,000 a year. Okay, so if you go there, obviously most likely be a red shirt, so he'll have 5 years there. That's $400,000 that are putting into him for an education, which will obviously carry on the rest of his life. I don't know about anybody else in this room, but I certainly wouldn't have $400,000 to spend on my kids to get a college education. So that is a big thing, and he doesn't have to pay a dime of it. It's all paid by the university. So that's why it is a big, major accomplishment when you're at a Division I institution. Now from there, it basically starts with 8th graders and even the freshmen that are here. Division III, if you want to play Division III in any sport, it's all based on financial need and grades. And everything you're going to get is based on grades. And a Division III school are private institutions which are very expensive. So if you're going to go there, it's going to cost a lot of money unless you got very good grades, then you have some financial need. Then you go to NAIA, which is very similar to Division III, still very expensive schools, but they give a little bit of athletic money. And you're still paying a lot out of pocket. Then Division II, the same thing, is grades, needs, and you do get a little more money than what you would at an NAI school, and then that's where it is. Then it becomes Division I. So wherever it goes, obviously, is big money. So if you get any money, it's a big thing. But obviously, especially when you're going to a Division I university. So you know how that works. Obviously, Levi, as an 8th grader, I don't think he had any aspirations of playing college football. And as a coach sitting out there, you know, you knew he was going to be tall, and that's like Dr. Moore said, you can't teach that. You either have it or you don't. So then, you know, there's a possibility, but as a true 8th grader, you would say, probably not going to make it at a Division I school. Year, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of hard work. And that's one thing he had instilled upon him. He had a great work ethic, and he worked his tail off. I mean, to get up that early in the morning and work out, I mean, that takes a huge commitment. And again, that is something that everybody in this room has in you. You have the capabilities. You just got to have the desire to do it. You have the choice to get up every day and work out for your sport, your craft, to get better at it. Everybody in this room has that opportunity. It's what you do with it. You either are going to or you're not. And you guys have heard me say this numerous times. You keep saying, well, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it tomorrow. And each time you say, I'm doing it tomorrow, all you have is left is an empty yesterday. That yesterday is gone. You don't get that back. And that's one thing Levi didn't have that. He didn't have empty yesterdays because he came in every day and worked out. There was no doubt about it. And he turned himself into a heck of a wrestler and a football player. And obviously it's paying off with the opportunity to go play at Vanderbilt University and football. And again, I don't want to keep going on top of what Dr. Moore said, but again, grades are the biggest thing, and then making your commitment to be how good you want to be at your craft. I don't care what your craft is, if it's running, if it's walking, whatever it is, be the best that you can be. You have the choice to do it. Do it and be the best that you can do. And don't have empty yesterdays. Again, don't have any regrets. And I'm sure Levi has no regrets because he's about to put himself on a sheet of paper and make himself $400,000. Think about it. When he signs his name here, he's making himself $400,000. Now, he'll never see that, but he'll see it in his education. And I'm sure as the parents are probably going, thank God, because, I don't know if they got $400,000. They may, both being, teach, or one being a teacher, but anyways, you make so much. But again, that's what's happening. So the opportunity is yours, and congratulations, Lee.
Okay, I just want to run through a couple of different stat stuff with Levi's year. So one of the things that from the athletic department, but then also from being a coach for a long time, is we want you to diversify. We're not a district that has tons and tons of kids running around that can just play primarily one sport. So Levi was football, wrestling, and track. And we talk about how each one of those implementations, they allow for you to be a better athlete all the way around. It works different parts of your body. It gives you an opportunity to do things to develop yourself so you're ready for each one of those specific sports. So our 8th graders, our 9th graders, get involved. If you're not in a sport, get involved. Try out. Do something else. But it starts in the weight room. It starts with speed training. It starts with getting your head right. That childish things get put away if we have goals in mind. And those things are very, very important. So Levi, at the current time, has a 3.91 GPA. He scored an 1180 on his SAT, academically superior. He is planning on going into sports management, health and nutrition, and strength at Vanderbilt. And here are his awards from this fall. He'll be an MHSA Scholar Athlete. He was the Kiwanis Athlete of the Month, Michigan High School Coaches Association Dream Team, Free Press All-State, Detroit News All-State, AP All-State, Academic All-State through the Football Coaches Association, Flint Area Dream Team, and then Conference Unanimous Choice. That is a lot of awards for work that was done through just countless hours of being in the weight room and then preparing. Now, when you think of all of those things, I'm sure that his parents, Jeremy and Carrie, you couldn't be any prouder. And the opportunity to have this moment is here for a reason. So before we sign, Mr. Danny Sackrider prepared a small video of highlights just to kind of look at. So if you guys could go ahead and drop the stage lights, and then we'll play this quick little video, and then we'll get on to the actual signing. Who doesn't love a good pancake block? So at this time, Mr. Levi Harber, would you please, with your parents, stroke your name on that document to become a Vanderbilt Commodore? Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in congratulating both Levi and his parents on accepting an offer to attend Vanderbilt University. Levi, if you come on over, I've got a couple of Tom Skinner-esque questions to ask you. Yeah. So Mr. Skinner used to ask all the time a couple of different things. What are you most looking forward to when you get to the university and you begin the process of taking the role of a collegiate athlete?
Winning.
And that is something that Vanderbilt is looking forward to. And I know that their brand new coaching staff, this is, if I'm not mistaken, their first true recruiting class as a coaching staff, correct?
Yep, first one. Hey, class of 2022. Yeah, that's right. First one. I was the first one signed too, by the way.
So, being quite a ways away, going to be in Tennessee, and parents and siblings and grandparents, what's one thing that you'll miss the most without being so close to family?
Okay, so this time of the year, next year, my grandma's going to get back to baking. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to get the cookies as much, but she better bring them up. I'm down, sorry. But like seriously, like eyes on me, you better bring some cookies. So yeah, my grandmother's cooking, I'm going to be honest.
This is your opportunity to give the thanks that you would like to give.
Okay, so I got a couple thank yous. One really big thank you is Mr. Reinhart right there. I know you're looking at me with a little bit of a...
He's timing you.
He's timing me right now. Okay, I'm trying to make it quick. But I want to thank Reinhart because as long as I've been part of Montrose football, Coach Reinhart's been there. And if you know one thing about me, you know that I have not missed a game since like I was like a couple months old. I have been to every game I could. I've even left school early for a game. And that was like the highlight of my life because I've never left school early for anything, like not even a doctor's appointment. No, your health can wait. You're learning right now. So I want to thank Montrose football and I want to thank Coach Reinhart because I wouldn't be here without Montrose football or Coach Reinhart. Another thank you I'd like to give is to my parents and my family because over COVID was the big time for work. So I had made the choice that I want to go D1. And I said it exactly like that. I just want to go D1. It didn't matter where. I didn't want to go to Alabama, Michigan, Stanford. I just wanted to go D1. So I made that choice. And over wrestling season, I had worked, but I was slowed down a little bit by the cutting of the weight. Mm-hmm. You know, I had to make 215 that year. So I was a little bit slowed down. And right when wrestling stopped, I had placed third, and I could finally start putting on some weight. COVID has happened. And we had brought home a squat rack and a bench and put it in the garage. And that was really hard for my mom because her car has to be in the garage. So not only was I taking up, just like time, but to like get him here, but I was taking my mom's precious garage. So thank you, Mom, for letting me work out in the garage for hours every day so then I could do this. So, I mean, all the support. I'm surprised I didn't get kicked out a couple times. I'm going to be honest. Like, I mean, I wasn't a bad kid, but according to them, I was. I'm pretty sure it was a standard set by my sister, so thanks. But I am really surprised I didn't hit the curb sometimes, so I got to thank you for that too. You know, keeping me fed, keeping me alive, even though sometimes the thing that wanted to kill me was you. So thank you to my parents. I want to thank my grandfather, okay, because I'm thanking my grandparents right now, but I want to thank my grandfather because if there is anybody you can talk football with, it is my grandfather. And if any of you guys think you're my #1 fan, you're wrong. My grandfather is. And I think he will fight you for that.
Amen.
I'm looking at you, MJ. you don't have anything on him. So thank you, Grandpa, for taking me out every, Friday afternoon at 11:30 to go eat. Oh, those Philly cheesesteaks were good. But thank you, Grandpa. And thank you, Grandma, for making sure I had weight on my bones. You know, when you got to put on calories, it's a lot easier when the food tastes good. Mm-hmm. And finally, I want to thank all of the football players and Hunter, because I saw you were pointing at yourself, because you know, I said thank you to Montrose football, but Montrose football for me wouldn't be Montrose football without you guys. Mm-hmm. So I just want a round of applause for them right now. Really loud one, really loud one. You guys are awesome, like really awesome. You know, I will probably end up regaling stories about you guys at Vanderbilt. Not in earshot of law, though. So you guys are safe. But really, thank you. And one thing, I'm not thanking you guys yet, 8th graders, because you guys are a pain in the butt. But good luck. Like, right now, there is a lot of things being said about Montrose football that it's going to be a long season next year, and it's going to be a long season for the following years. Prove them right. It's going to be a long season. Make it all the way. Mm-hmm. Go to states. Go win it all. Because, you know, for the seniors, we didn't get to win it. We didn't make the run. You know, so do it. Because how long has it been since we've had a state title? Mm-hmm. Go do it. Mm-hmm. Go do it for Montrose. Okay? You guys can clap if you want to. I'll stop talking. It's okay. That's right. It's okay. And also, the key to success is told to you every single day. Like, there is no secret. Cash. There is no secret. I'm looking at you right now when I say it because you are the big body. You can't teach height. Just like you're a perfect example of that. You're like 12, and you're almost as tall as I am. I mean, that's kind of freaky. You ever seen a 12-year-old bigger than you? Yeah, that's scary. I just want to know what they're feeding you because I want to eat that. So there is no secret to success. MJ, you're a big body too. I'm just pointing out 2 big ones. Reinhart will tell you what it takes. Just go do it. And I think that's all my thank yous. Here's one thing. I can't thank him right now, but Mr. Skinner, because, you know, he's not here with us. Well, he's up there. But, man, it was, when he passed away, it was kind of weird because he felt like he was there, you know, and it didn't feel like he was gone. And when I walked up here today, I realized, you know, I wouldn't have Mr. Skinner there to speak funny words and ask funny questions. So I just, you know, right now, this is my goodbye to him. You know, it's weird every so often when I realize he's gone. But you're going to be missed.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Levi. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we want to conclude this National Letter of Intent signing. And for our friends, MDM-TV, that are watching right now, we have appreciated you joining us today. And this concludes our service. So thank you, everyone, and have a good afternoon. Family, if you want to